Hello, my name is Tim, and I'm the author of Model Railroad Switch List and Manifest Formatter, or MRSLAM Formatter for short. MRSLAM Formatter is a companion to JMRI operations and allows you to format your documents, be they manifests or switch lists, according to a large number of different preference or option settings. This video and others to follow will focus on explaining the numerous different preference settings available in the program to customize your documents. But first, MRSLAM Formatter operates off of comma-separated value data files created by JMRI. And so the first thing that's required for MRSLAM Formatter to work is to have JMRI set up to generate these files. This is done within the Operations Pro tab under Trains, and then go to Tools and Options. And here near the bottom are two checkboxes called Generate CSV Manifest and Generate CSV Switch List. Make sure that those two checkboxes are selected, click the Save button, and then close the window. And you'll find that within your file folders that JMR has created, you'll have a location now to set up or to find your files. So if we look here on this Windows machine, the location is my default username. So we see here is my JMRI folder. And within the JMRI folder, I have a number of different profiles set up. Harlan Sub is the name of my railroad. It's a subdivision of the Louisville and Nashville Railroad. And so this is my profile setup. So if we click on that, we see here is the operations folder. And within that operations folder is where JMRI creates the CSV manifest and CHV switch list folders. So now within JMRI, anytime we build a train, you don't have to preview it or print it. You simply build it, and JMRI will write into this folder a comma-separated value or data file that MRSLAM Formatter can then use to format your documents. Same with switch lists. We come to switch lists and we build a switch list. The program will create the CSV file, comma-separated value file, put it in the designated folder, and that's where MRSLAM Formatter will find it for processing. So now that we have JMRI set up, we come back to MRSLAM Formatter. Now, when you want to process a manifest or switch list file, you can click here and you can navigate to the location where your file is manually, but this location is not saved. So in order to make it a little easier, we go here under our Preferences folder. And here at the top, we see we have a setting for the directory paths for CSV files for manifests and one for switch lists. And the program shows you currently where the program is looking. So this is the default file location for these CSV files for manifests and switch lists. If this is not where you want it to be, you can click on this button, then navigate to the folder where you want the program to look, click OK, and in this case, we'll do CSV manifest again, same file, and you've now set the program in this. These settings are saved in the preference files of MRSLAM Formatter so that once you set them, you don't have to change them again. that will be your default location to look for manifest and CSV, or manifest and switch list CSV files. PDF files that are created by the program are stored similarly, and you set a path here of where you want those to be stored. Now, JMRI does not create these folders for you. You have to create where you want them to be stored at. Some people may put them on their desktop or other easily found locations. I tend to like to put them in the same folder where JMRI puts my other files. So just like I have here in my operations folder, I have CSVs for manifests and switch lists. I have PDFs for manifests and switch lists. And again, you can create these if they don't already exist with this button here to create a new folder and then select it for your storage locations for PDFs and manifests. And you can put both PDFs for switch lists and manifests in the same location, same folder, or put them in separate folders as I do. Either way works. One other thing that I wanted to cover when talking about files is this option here, or preference down in the lower left-hand corner, termed Auto Delete PDFs on Program Exit. And it does pretty much exactly what it says. In JMRI, when it creates your CSV files for manifests and switch lists, it overwrites existing files by the same name. So it uses the train name. By default, the CSVs by JMRI are labeled train, and then the train number in parentheses. And so it overwrites older files. That's why you see no duplicates here. And so you've always got the most current information in the CSV file. Same thing for switch lists. There's no duplicates. There's only the current file, so that you know the most current one from your current train build or switch list build. However, when it came to what MRSLAMF formatter writes out in the PDFs, I chose not to overwrite, as this would give you the option to create a file and then change some of the preference settings and recreate the file, and then be able to compare the two to see which one you preferred as you were learning the program and learning how you wanted to set up your documents. So in the PDF files for manifests and switch lists, the program puts a tag on it of the program initials and then a sequence number. So it starts at 1 and counts up. If 1's already in existence, it goes up to 2, as you can see here, and it'll just keep counting up. But what this means is that you can, after using the program for a while, you could accumulate a large number of these files, which they really have little value after your operating session is over. So from a housekeeping perspective, I created this option to be able to delete the preference files, or the PDF files rather, that the program creates. So if you select this checkbox, it gives you a confirmation button, because this is your only chance to confirm that you actually want the program to automatically delete the PDF files. It won't ask you again when it exits. And so it shows you the two directories in which it's going to delete. Again, it only deletes the PDF files with the MRSLAMF in the title name. So it shouldn't delete, if you had other PDFs in there, it won't delete those. So you simply confirm. Here it shows then and save your preferences. And so now if we saw that we had these PDF in manifests and switch lists. So now if we and the files are not open. The program can't delete them if you had them the PDFs open in Adobe Acrobat or some other program. So now when you quit the program, behind the scenes, as it was exiting, it went in and deleted those files. So now if we come into our PDF manifest folder, we see that that's empty. And in the PDF switch list folder, we see that that's empty. So hope you find that useful to avoid collection of large number of unneeded files and keep your system tidy. And that's all I wanted to cover in this short video is those quick settings. Watch for future videos that will cover other preference settings of the program that allow you to customize your documents for your operators. Thanks for listening.